you're going to be a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
Did you believe that when we partnered 18 months ago?
It raises the hair on my neck right now because like literally in that moment, I was like already praying, like, get me off of these stinking roofs.
You were a third generation roofing company.
Yeah. And you were like, listen, it's time for you to put the tool belt down.
I might not be what you want, but I might be what you needed.
By no means was it easy.
So I'm going to ask you some questions.
Okay.
You're probably wondering why you're here unless Shelly Jr. told you already.
No, I thought we were here for a meeting. So I was like,
we are here for a meeting. But I figured I'm going to get this now, get the content in.
Yeah.
So Friday night, I called you.
Yep.
About 8:30, 9 o'clock?
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere around there, right?
Close enough.
What transpired?
What do you mean what transpired?
On that call.
You told him.
You can't because this isn't live.
Okay.
So
I just wanted to make sure.
All content we're collecting.
I just wanted to make sure.
We're going to put together a documentary of, they've been documenting the whole fucking thing of.
Awesome.
So I think you guys, what do you see some of the behinds and shit? So
yeah.
You haven't
crazy.
Seen.
Yeah. So what transpired was that you were telling us that you got the deal done.
But how did I start it though? Because that's even better.
Oh, dude.
Look at that.
Yeah. My heart. What do you mean? You guys, my heart, I lost a few years of life on that. You told us that, that they killed the deal. Like, what are we going to do? Like, that's it. We can maybe do another 180 days. Like, what do you guys want to do? And I was just staring like at you in the Zoom, like, oh, like, what are our options? And you were like, we got to get back to the grind. And then you got us. You said, motherfucker, I got it done. I'm like, Junior, Michael Shelley Jr. said he was watching me. He said, dude, he got you bad. And
I got everybody. I think I got Senior the worst though.
Oh yeah,
he looked like he was just having
dude. Did you hear when you said, Mike, what do you think? Like, I mean, Junior, you can't even be a part of it. And Mike went, well, I mean, Lance, that's a conversation for another time.
No, he stood up. He stood up.
Did he?
He stood up. I wish I had a fucking record. I didn't have a recorded.
Hilarious.
These guys just left right before.
Dude.
I had a coach. I was closing the deal while I was coaching.
Oh my gosh.
At 6, I had to shut down the meeting. I had kids at my house, and I was coaching, going back and forth by email. My lawyers are calling me. Then Jolene's like, "You gotta get on this phone call."
And then Jolene was late to the call, and we're all just staring at each other, right? And I'm thinking, and like I watch Toff a lot of times, dude. He's just like looking there like I'm like, what's going on here, man? And then you look like you had been through, hell.
Well, I was.
I know.
It was a brutal,
I know.
Those 2 weeks, 3 weeks towards the end of closing. Listen, when you got to bring outside counsel, and we already had counsel, which is, I believe, is the best counsel out there in Overbuyer.
Yeah.
But you got to go bring Fox Rothschild in.
Yeah.
Right, for second opinions and everything else, and it becomes a, this, and you're not getting anywhere, right?
Yeah.
And you're not getting anywhere. It's just, and you're spinning your fucking head, and you know me, I'm a.
Oh yeah, proactive, like pushing forward.
We're not sitting here.
No, there's no idle with you.
No, so idle time, I just don't do well with, and I'm not a big fan of it.
Fact.
I think nothing positive happens with idle time.
Correct.
So let's talk about this. I'm going to ask you several things here about from the beginning of the relationship to the end. What would you say was probably, well, first of all, when the account gets funded this Friday, which it will, because it takes on major, you're going to be a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
Did you believe that when we partnered 18 months ago? Because that's probably how long ago we partnered, right? About 18?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did.
You did?
I did.
Tell me why. If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
I think we met at Hunter's.
At the retreat in Texas.
And then you reached out to me, right?
Yep. Yeah. Yep. I was when you got off stage, I was the first one next to you, and a couple more people came, and they were asking you some questions and all. And I was telling you, I was like, "Yo, man, by the way, your other roofing company's bidding against me right now, right?" And you were like, "Hey, let's talk." And I said, "Okay." And like literally 2 weeks after I got back, I shot you because you did say, "Listen, if you call me or message me, I will respond to you."
I try to respond to everyone.
It's what you said before we left Texas, and I said, all right, we'll see. So I did. I shot you a text, and you said, hey, it's always worth to talk. Let's sit down. Came up. We talked again. We took a little bit of space. You had some other. You were going away for 3 days for an event. One of your things that you do, And you said, just give me them 3 days. When I get back, we'll talk some more. And the day you called me, I was on my way to replace a skylight myself. And I said, Lance, you're not going to believe this, man. You were like, what, man, what? I said, I'm literally listening to your Brad Lee podcast. And you were like, how do I sound? I said, dude, you're killing it. And it was just like, it raises the hair on my neck right now because like literally in that moment, I was like already praying, like, get me off of these stinking roofs. Like I'm here, me, my dad, like an 82-year-old, this other 82-year-old man are still like grinding. And you were like, listen, it's time for you to put the tool belt down. I said, yeah, let's do it. And you were like, come see me.
It was you were a third generation roofing company.
Yeah, yep.
Third generation.
Yep.
I mean,
and so back to your question. That's why I believed. For one, I believed in myself, right? For two, the short time that we had together and the things that I got to see and hear from you and through you, like you were just saying a few minutes ago, like I could see there was a tenacity with you that you weren't going to lose no matter what. And you're, you know, like you said, numbers don't lie, right? And
explain that to people that do want to partner, because you see people in here all the time want to partner with me.
Yeah.
They think I'm this like awesome, nice, easygoing, like, tell them the real side that people see. Because I don't run these companies day to day.
No.
But I'm not afraid to speak up. If shit's like, can you talk about that?
And I don't think you give yourself, like, I mean, there's some humility when you say that because your presence is always felt. And there's times where you know to insert that, and it's like you had been watching from behind a two-way mirror the whole time. Because when you step in, it's literally about the things that need to be addressed. And so what I would have said that's not always in a real pleasant way, right? Like you will come in and like you'll put some demands on some people and say, hey, if this is X, Y, and Z you want done, like this is for not for me, guys. This is for everybody. Mm-hmm. And it's a no bullshit kind of.
If you don't want to do it, get the fuck out.
Yes, correct. And listen, just like you were just saying, you know, about Jaleesa, like, you know, and any good leader, like there's another one next to him that's pushing them to do those things, right?
I actually said to you guys probably 2 weeks ago, I might not be what you want, but I might be what you needed.
Absolutely.
Yes, you know, like,
yes.
Like, and I said to everyone, like, I know what I am.
Yes.
I have no. I know what my wife married.
Yeah.
I know she could have married a way easier man than me.
Yes.
Makes sense? Like,
yes.
I know what I am, but I'm okay with it because my standard's so fucking high.
Yeah.
Because I've lived so low.
Yes.
And I think people don't understand that. When you live so low and you start to change, have real change, your standard becomes so high. You're like, I just won't be around it.
Yeah. No, that's, you wear it on your sleeve, man. Like, there's no doubt.
Everyone thinks this was easy. We did $25 million our first year. Everyone's like, you know, he has the formula. He has the formula.
Right.
And I always say I do have the formula. I surround myself with great people.
Right.
You, Toff, Dean,
right.
Fucking Mike Shelley, Jr., Bill Rozelle, Kelly, Jolene, all the people that I talk to get this done, right, and do this. Can you talk about that? About it isn't me doing it. It's I've always put people better than me around me. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, you know, there's different sayings that people say, you know, right people, right seats, things like that. You definitely built, you know, an amazing team around all of us, right? The different strengths each and every one of us has is what I believe allowed this to happen the way it happened, right? By no means was it easy. I mean, it was a grind.
Talk to people about that, because people don't understand. There's been arguments, fights, you know, different ideologies.
Listen, like you and I have had some really difficult conversations, right?
Oh, yeah.
Me and Mike Shelley have had it out a few times. Like,
I could name you the biggest one where I didn't want to hear about. What's it called again? But you love it. What's the fucking tool called? Oh, you know.
Company cam, man.
Fucking company cam. Yeah, company fucking cam.
Yeah.
That was like a 6 o'clock in the morning summertime call.
Yes.
I'm on my front porch down the shore. Do you remember?
I do.
And we're having a fucking banger.
Yeah. Like, and you know, like at the end of it, you and I both just, you know, went back to doing what we do.
Yeah, we got through it.
Yes, like, and that's the way I was raised too. You know, like that again. There's a lot of things.
But people don't see that part of it.
No.
Like people don't see that on social media. Don't see that,
and they don't understand those conversations. Is what it takes to get beyond those thoughts. Like if you can't tell me, Jim, no, then I'm going to keep thinking. Well, maybe we can. Maybe once you said no, I said okay. I'm done with it.
I remember what people don't remember, and this I thought was probably a defining moment for Munns in general.
Yeah.
Probably last December or November, I remember Bill saying to me, we got to talk to Jim.
Yeah.
And I was like, why? And Bill was like, Lance, I'm telling you, he's not there mentally. I'm like, he's one of the best guys. And what the fuck are you talking about? The guy... What the fuck are you talking? I didn't even understand what Bill was trying to do.
Right.
He's like, Lance, you got to talk to Jim.
Yeah.
I asked you to come to my house on a Friday.
Yep.
And when you came in, it was the first time I saw it on your face. You were not in a good spot. Like you could just see it.
Correct.
Can you talk about that? Because we're only like 3 months in, maybe 4 months in to it. And you were thinking about packing and going.
Yeah, it's like anything else, right? Like that was a big decision, you know, and again, us explaining to people what it takes and what it really looks like is important because in the beginning, of course, there's all of these like great thoughts because that's what every visual, you know, I'm a visionary. So are you, right? Of course, I saw all the great things that could come of it, but then you realize like the work that's got to be done, the challenges and adversities, and I was just getting to a point where, and again, I knew,
and mine's had the majority of them.
Yeah, yes, for sure. So I was thinking, what did I get myself into? Right? Like I had a decent living, right? You
were making money?
Yeah, I was doing okay, right?
You were making money?
Yeah. And I just thought, and I basically flat out said, listen, Lance, like, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I need to know, like, can I leave or can I not? And you just flat out looked at me and said, Jim, it's going to be way too messy if you leave now.
Well, because we were 4 months in.
It was just,
how do you untangle the fucking deal?
Correct.
Monies are mixed.
The turmoil we went through to get to that point was why I was drained. And there were some other things that we were still setting up that.
Well, Service Titan, you guys took this is what people don't realize. Everyone benefited. Like you guys should all send a fucking check when you sell by months because everyone benefited from the Service Titan build out, which people don't realize. Hey everyone, thank you for joining us today. I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Service Titan and Rilla, our technology of choice to helping us scale and grow our business and making sure all of our viewers have the technology to scale their business so when they want to sell it, they're able to. That was the biggest like that drained our money. Yeah. It drained our resources. Yep. It drained all my time, if you remember.
Our minds, our souls, yeah.
Like to build it out. And people don't understand like the hours. And I still work with Service Titan, as you know, for hours.
It'll be an ongoing build anyway.
But the initial.
Shoo-wee. Like that's what I mean. Like I finally, my Fred Flintstone dad who did everything on paper, pens and papers and 30 pack boxes, right? I finally built out a half decent CRM with some, simple automations to keep my little company running. And then I came into this behemoth. I was just like, Lance, I mean, I'm going crazy here. And you were just like, listen, I said, okay, if you say no, then I'm head down and I'll do what I got to do. And you said, Jim, just keep doing what I asked you to do. And that's what we did.
Yeah. And it wasn't like it was a solid no, like, fuck you, Jim. It was that, Jim, hey, listen, I love you. You can do this. I understand where you're at.
Suck it up.
It's if you give me 18 months, 24 months, I'll deliver.
Yes.
And
yeah. I mean, and that's why I believed it from the beginning. I trusted you and your business acumen. You had strengths way beyond my strengths. And you believed in me. You said,
it's a no-brainer.
You believed in me for 100%. And so that just made it easy. And through those hard moments, again, I'm used to being the leader. Right, I'm used to people coming to me, so again, I was telling you the other night, it's still challenging sometimes for me to come to you because I don't want to bother you. I know what
people say that to me, like people don't want to bother me, but like I called you because I got an issue right now. I'm going to ask you to go out next week or the week after.
Yeah,
go out to Altoona because I got a leader, a guy that reminds me of you, Nate, who's a great guy, but his head's all fucked up. 2 young kids, you know how this is.
I do.
He's going through the first 6 months, 5 months of this storm of a merger with another company. And, I'm sitting with him on Friday and he's in, but he's like, I just don't know if I can do it. I'm like, Nate, you're going to be fine, son. Like, I guess I know because I've been there so many times now. Makes sense. But I guess when it's your first time, you're like, can I fucking even get through this?
And that's the impact that you're having with people like me, right? Like you said from day one, listen, Jim, you could do this. And I was like, ugh. And you were like, I am going to accelerate it. Like I am going to add some major accelerant. But like you could do it if you wanted to. And like you've already been through it to know you can say that.
Yeah.
Right? Like and now I'll get to sit with Nate and be like, listen, man, I know exactly where you're at. And I know exactly where you're gonna be. And we've already paid, like you said, with Service Titan and some other things, we've already paved the ways for him.
Oh, the systems, the processes, the marketing. I mean, I'm not being rude. The playbook, I'm not saying it's 100% done. Like it's an ever evolving tool. But it is 75, 80, 85% done.
Correct.
Thanks to, I hate to say, Cherry kind of started it, right?
Sure.
But we sold that to Vertex.
Sure.
And Munns, no doubt about it, took it from a 25 to a 30 to a 75, 85.
Yes.
We put it on steroids.
Yes.
You know, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about when that money hits Friday. What does it mean to you and your daughters and their life? Because then Jim Rhubart is a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
I don't think much is going to change for your character, but what's it do for your family, the security, your daughters?
It's invaluable. Like there's not enough words to say what it means to me, and for my girls, right? Not only does it give us obviously an incredible peace of mind and security, knowing like now I have 3 daughters I can put through college. Zero, like my dad put me and my sister through college, and he worked 16, 18-hour days, was felting roofs in under headlamp, right? I get to literally settle into doing what I do best right now, and just being a dad and being a part of a company, being a leader in this company, and I get to just do it without the pressure. But I could go on for hours, Lance, for this to come to fruition for my dad, for my family. It's a lot.
Let's talk about your dad. We were in a meeting probably about a month or 2 months ago, and I was going through the sheet of money going out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, everyone's good with this, everyone's good. But I could tell your body language is off.
Yeah.
And I was like, Jim, what's up, man?
Yeah.
Can you tell everybody what happened in that moment?
Yeah. You know, you were, again, mapping it out, making sure everybody was good, understanding that, making sure that we understood like where allocations go and how it was going to work. And I kind of was just staring at mine, and I was just thinking, man, like he said he would take care of my pop. You know, when our real final sit down, you were like, you know, what are you going to use the money for? Like, what? Tell me a little bit about why you want to do this. And I was like, honestly, to take care of my pop. I said, you know, he's been doing this for, at that time, just say 47 years, 48 years. And you were like, well, listen, this is what I think that we can do. And you were like, F it. I'll give your pop $1 million. And I was like, I said, listen, Lance, you don't have to say that. You're like, nope, that man, for him to do what he's done in the last 48, 49 years, he deserves that. And I said, okay, like if that's what you're going to do, then that's amazing. And like, you know, the chaos you run.
It was never in the paperwork or anything.
Never. And I just said, well, Lance, you know, you said you're going to take care of my pop. And you were like, well, what'd I say? And I was like, you told him you give $1 million. And you were like, done. And you were like, hold on, and stopped the meeting, wrote it in there, put it back up on the board. You were like, Jim, there you go. Zero discussion, zero questioning. You were like, if that's what I said, that's what I'll do. And like, even Top Turn to me was like, that's impressive. I was like, that's amazing.
Like, but I'm going to do what I say.
And I believe and trust in it.
You know, and I think people that are watching this don't understand. Yeah, it's $1 million, but we made a lot of money off here. But without your father leading the way, and saying, Jim, here, let's go do this with this man.
Yeah.
Like and that's how I looked at it, right? And that's why I said it back then a year and a half ago. And it never got to the paperwork, but like I know, and it probably should have been, right? Like just truthfully, just to protect your like you look back now, but because the whole thing was like a handshake deal. People don't understand. Like
it was.
There's so much fucking trust that goes into this.
Yes.
Like there's so much trust. Can you talk about that? Because like people don't understand. Like I put 4 people together, all like performed months, and said
within days, like
and you guys all agreed in probably 30, 40 minutes in a room.
Yeah.
Was it even longer than that?
No, it was if that.
Yeah.
You know, and so the trust factor is again, absolutely and you got to be strong in your character to confide in somebody else's character, right? And I am strong in mine, and like you said, it was a handshake deal. Like
for almost everybody.
Yeah,
it really was for everybody.
Yes, and again, like my dad, you know, I had him going out very comfortably. You know, he would run dump trailers, get me some material, maybe oversee a job if I needed him to, and he was getting paid a decent chunk of money, you know, for him to just say, Junior, you know, if that's what you want to do, I support you 100%. If that's what your family needs, I support you 100%. And literally walked, you know, like done. Like,
well, now he's gonna get $1 million on Friday.
Now he's gonna get $1 million on Friday, which is absolutely incredible. I get emotional about it, thinking about it. But yeah, and the handshake deal, again, it was absolute trust. People would even ask me, like, you know, just say 2-3 months later, I was trying to explain to them what this was, and I couldn't even explain it to them. They were like, well, what's your paperwork say? I'm like, I'm not even sure I have it.
But people don't understand, I don't buy companies. People think I buy companies. I partner with companies.
Correct.
Like, I don't buy companies. I partner.
Correct.
We scale them together. We sell them. We split the money 50-50.
Yep.
And like, it is what it is.
Yes.
And I tell people that, and people are like,
it's wild. It's wild.
But it works.
Yeah. Well, and again, like it's, your network is your net worth, right? Like you have an incredible, you've already paved that road. You've already done it, right? So you have those connections.
This is my fifth sale by myself, never using a broker.
Incredible. Like just at the mastermind dinner that you were kind enough to have me at the other day, like talking with those people at that table, like the experience, the knowledge, and the wisdom that you have from going through that. It's powerful.
That's why I do them all by myself.
Yes.
Like, that's why I do them. Like, as you know, I'm actually keeping confidential. One of my other companies is under LOI right now.
Yeah.
And I'm doing that one. You know what I mean? And like, what was funny is that the 3 final LOIs came in at 6:05 Friday night as I'm telling these people, I swear to God. And I'm thinking to myself, here we go again.
Yes.
I'm like, oh my, because I knew I looked like shit on Friday night.
Yeah.
I knew I did, because my wife actually said to me, she's like, Lance, you look terrible. She's like, you got to get some sleep tonight.
You've been burning the candle at both ends.
She's like, yeah, my wife never tells me I look terrible. Yeah. She's like, Lance, you look terrible. She's like, you really
you were exhausted, man.
I was. Let's talk about going through the process, because I think people think like it's easy to sell a company and there's no ups and downs. There's no roller coaster. It's like, oh, it's all fucking magic and fun deal. Can you talk about the process like from your end? Because you're not involved in it.
No, not at all. And again, like that's where handing my, putting my fate in your hands, right? And allowing like other people to have a say in my destiny was difficult. Really difficult. And not knowing, like you brought us in just say 4 months ago and you were like, we have an opportunity here. What do you guys think? And we kind of all decided not to, like the ins and outs and then the timing and then, well, no, just not knowing is mental torture for me. I mean, it was mental torture. And like you would even say, listen, if I were you, you can do what you want. I wouldn't share any of the things we talk about with anyone. Wait until it's done. Factual. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And done.
And let's talk about that though. Like, because I came to you guys, I said, guys, listen, I believe I can get this number, but I believe in 2 years, I could probably double it. Yes or no?
Absolutely.
I said, the option's up to you, but I know I can get this number because people are already asking me to buy months. They're coming to me.
Correct.
They're coming to me.
Correct.
I said, I know this is where I'm going to land.
Yeah.
I actually landed higher than what I actually said.
Yeah.
Right. So we landed higher. But I knew we could have doubled it in 2 years, just with the growth trajectory we're at, the culture we have, everything. I said, you guys decide.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what made that decision for you guys? I know you guys probably spoke as a team at some point.
Yeah. I mean, we would always, one of us or two of us, sometimes you jump on group calls and stuff. Like, I think it just got to the point where, again, since this is our first run, and you even said that, you even said, listen, on your first run, like sometimes you just want a little piece of the pie and get rolling,
Mm-hmm.
But
it takes the monkey off your back.
Correct.
Take pressure.
And I think that's what it was for me. Like not knowing time, time is a difficult one for me when I don't have full control. And I just thought, well, I think you bring to the table a lot of other great opportunities. And I think, in the future, our friendship and our relationship, I'd love to continue to do things with you. But, for now, this is what I chose to do. And I'm excited to, again, take the pressure off.
Talk to people about, real fast, final question. I put things in place because I do believe the pace of a company is really what you built is after you sell it, meaning it has to thrive.
Yeah.
Right? I put escrows in place, things to make sure everyone stays good citizens. I had a call with you guys probably 2-3 weeks ago saying if you guys don't plan on being here, you can talk about that call. Like, I'm going to kill the deal. Like, yes
Absolutely.
or no. Like, and most people would never say that to people.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's like anything else. Like you are the amazing connector to everybody's opportunities, right? And your character and your work is only as good as those that you believe in, right?
Absolutely.
So you laid it out what we were expected to do, right?
Before I even took it to sale.
Absolutely. This is what it's going to be, right? So for us to honor you and respect you, let alone ourselves, like there's great opportunity within this.
This great organization behind this company.
Right. Like what, and we're, like you said, we're already finally really rolling. Like I say finally, but like in the last 12 months, we're rocking. Yeah, we're rocking. So for me, it's easy. Again, this is what I do. This is what I've done my whole life. And now I can do it without the pressure.
Other partners were shocked. I said, I'll kill the deal if you don't plan on honoring your word.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, just kill the deal was scary enough, no matter what came from, behind it or why.
Well, I mean, you have to know.
Yes.
Like I think you were one of the few people that understood he's not fucking bluffing here. He's going to kill the fucking deal.
There's too much at stake for you not to, again, you do what you say you're going to do. Right. And so if you have this, again, relationship with this company, right, they've got to trust you. And then you got to trust us, right? So
I do trust you. I know you guys do all the right things. Listen, I'm looking forward to see that money hit your bank account on Friday.
Me too, Lance. Appreciate it, man.